Welcome back. Today we are unpacking a really interesting review of Renderforest. We're going to be looking closely at how this platform attempts to solve an absolutely massive headache for modern digital creators. And yeah, I'm talking about creator tool fatigue. We've all been there, right?
Okay, let's dive into this. The review actually starts with a question that I think, honestly, hits home for a lot of us. Have you ever spent hours, or let's be real, maybe even days, creating just one piece of content like a YouTube video, only to realize you are literally nowhere near the finish line? You still need a logo to watermark the thing. You need a website to host it. The source totally nails this pain point right out of the gate. Creating the core content, that isn't the finish line anymore. It's kind of just the halfway point.
Just think about everything required for one single project these days. You need a logo, a responsive website, a super engaging thumbnail, a polished intro sequence, social media posts perfectly formatted for, 5 different platforms? Oh, and AI-generated images to supplement your visuals. It's a lot. The real struggle right now, according to the review we're analyzing, is just managing this sheer exhausting volume of different assets. It is completely overwhelming, and it leads straight to a massive bottleneck in your creative process.
The core problem really boils down to disjointed workflows, because whether you're a small business owner, a freelancer, or a digital marketer, the source points out that you are probably paying for multiple different subscriptions. You've got one really expensive tool for your videos, an entirely different one for your logos, and yet another one just for mockups. Not only doesn't this get incredibly expensive, but it also wastes a massive amount of your day just context switching between platforms, trying to piece together a workflow across 5 or 6 totally different websites. The alternative presented in this review, moving the whole shebang into exactly one unified dashboard. So the crucial point is this. Renderforest really positions itself as that singular dashboard. The review defines it as an all-in-one AI creative platform, designed specifically to let you produce professional branding assets without ever having to leave the site. The entire premise is built for people who want pro-tier results, but simply do not have the weeks or months to learn deeply complicated industry-standard software. Instead of hiring a separate designer, a video editor, and a web developer for every little task, it's all centralized into one incredibly convenient hub. Let's break down the specific features the reviewer actually highlights to see how this works in practice. Starting off with the AI video generator. If you need a promotional video, a quick product demo, or a snappy YouTube intro, the workflow described here is incredibly streamlined. The source explains that you literally just enter your core idea, select a stylistic template, and then let the AI do the heavy lifting to generate a professional-looking video in minutes. You need zero advanced editing skills to get a polished result out of this tool, which means you can happily skip those 100-hour tutorials on keyframing. Thank goodness for that. Now, let's talk about money for a second. Hundreds of dollars. That is the baseline of what it typically costs to hire a traditional human logo designer for even a super basic startup concept. The review specifically anchors on this high price tag to emphasize the very real financial barrier that new creators and small businesses face every single day. I mean, that cost alone can completely stop a great brand idea in its tracks before it even gets off the ground. And that brings us perfectly to the second major feature highlighted in the review, which is the built-in logo maker. To completely bypass those high fees we just talked about, Renderforest basically allows users to generate professional logo concepts in mere minutes. The reviewer notes that this is exceptionally useful for new YouTube channels, startups, and small businesses. Basically, anyone who needs to establish visual credibility immediately, but doesn't have the runway to drop hundreds of bucks on a custom branding package on day one. Next up in this all-in-one suite is a feature that tackles another huge hurdle, and that's the website builder. So many people desperately want a professional home on the web, right? But coding is an absolute barrier. The review highlights that this platform lets you build fully responsive websites, meaning they automatically look great on both desktop and your phone, using ready-made templates. It's pitched as the perfect solution for throwing up a quick portfolio, a landing page for a new product, or a hub for your personal brand, all without ever touching a single line of code. Now, this next point from the review is where I think the whole all-in-one concept truly proves its worth. Feature 4 is consistent branding. Because you're creating your logo, your videos, your website, and your marketing materials all within the exact same ecosystem, they seamlessly follow the exact same brand identity. Your colors, your specific fonts, your logos, they auto-populate and remain completely unified. And maintaining that strict visual consistency across every single touchpoint, that is exactly what separates an amateur-looking project from a highly professional business image. And this tool apparently does it automatically. And this brilliantly illustrates the engine driving all of this, the huge template library. Because let's be honest, staring at a blank white screen is terrifying for most of us. The reviewer emphasizes that instead of starting from scratch every single time you need an asset, you get immediate access to thousands of professionally designed templates. So whether you're mocking up an Instagram ad, designing a corporate presentation, or cutting a quick promo, there's usually a template ready for you to just customize and deploy. It virtually eliminates creator's block. The final major feature the review calls out is cloud-based editing. And guys, this is massive for accessibility because the entire system operates entirely online, right in your web browser. It completely removes the need to download and install heavy, resource-straining software. You do not need a massive, super expensive, hyper-powerful computer to render these videos or build these sites. You can edit projects from almost anywhere as long as you have a standard internet connection. And the source notes, that makes it incredibly ideal for beginners or even distributed remote teams who need to collaborate on the fly.
Let's move to and see how this builds into the honest verdict. The reviewer provides a very helpful reality check here by defining exactly who this tool is not for. Renderforest is not trying to replace advanced, highly granular software like Adobe Premiere Pro or After Effects. So if you are a full-time professional film editor, you are absolutely still going to prefer your dedicated, specialized software. But if you are an everyday YouTuber, a small business owner, an agency, a freelancer, or a course creator, basically someone who needs professional-looking content quickly and efficiently, it offers incredible value by combining so many workflows into one single place.
The review wraps up with a very clear final verdict from the source. They state that for most everyday creators, simply avoiding paying for multiple individual creative tools makes this platform absolutely worth the investment. The reviewer concludes, and I quote, "If you want to save both time and money, I highly recommend checking the exclusive discount link in the description before purchasing." They make a specific point to advise their viewers not to pay the regular retail price, and they direct them toward a promotional maximum discount link provided directly in their own content.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, and it leaves us with an absolutely crucial question to reflect on based on everything we've learned. Take a look at your own tool stack. Is an all-in-one platform the missing piece in your creative workflow? Are you losing precious hours hopping between different apps and managing a dozen expensive subscriptions? Or have you actually found a way to efficiently streamline your brand? It is definitely something every modern creator has to evaluate to stay productive. Thanks so much for joining me to unpack this insightful review, and I'll see you in the next explainer.